Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start to add in here rounds. So let's create a new folder called rounds. And in my Unity editor, I want to create a new scriptable object called round SO. Okay, and in this, we're going to have a value here for your round. We're going to just call it the index. Something like this. And on this round, you're going to want to have a couple of different things. You're going to want to have a new we're going to make a new class down here, and I'm going to say that this is a color chance, and we'll make it serializable. And what I want to have in here is a block color. And then we want to have a float for the chance. We're going to say percent chance. And in this, I also want to have a float, which is a percent chance modifier. And up here, we're going to have a public color chance array called color chances. We also want to have a number of coins. Hey, Hovetic 456, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel. If you have any questions, make sure you pop them into the chat. Thank you for the support. Also, make sure you check out our Discord, discord.pixel4studios.com. I put all the videos up there. Okay, number of coins. Additionally, you want to have one for number of lines to progress. And then you also want to have another one, which is a vector 2 for your board size. We're going to have this same thing again, but for one called a gem chance. This is called a gem type. Okay. Index, number of coins, number of lines to progress, board size, color chances, gem chances. We also need to have another one in here called a game scriptable object. And a game is going to have any number of rounds on it. And we don't need this. We also need to have the number of lines to progress, board size, and gem chances. In your game SO, we want to have a public integer, and we want this to be my round index, current round index, and we want that to be my rounds dot count plus 1. So in your game manager, we're now going to add a new protected game SO called game. And on this game, I'm going to have a player. We're going to add in here a public virtual void add round, or we're going to say go to next round, and it's going to be a round SO. And you want to do rounds.add the new round. So now what you're going to do is you're going to make a new game equals a scriptable object factory dot create instance of random object, which is called a game SO. And in my game, we're also going to have one called public virtual void set player, which is a player SO player. So when I look at my UI, this wants a reference to the game SO. And we want to add in here a public player SO for the player. Like that, okay? Now in the game SO, we don't want to have a reset. Because I want this as a new game. So we could do a game.reset. We don't like this for now. This is just temporary. Public virtual void reset. And we're going to say, Rob removed this. And it's going to be a player.reset. This is game.player.addLines. Now what I want to do is you've started everything. You've created your game and your player. Now I want to add a round. So I want to do a scriptable object factory dot and we're going to make a new one for this. Called second. Public static t called. We're going to say get round SO and create instance. And we're going to do this of a int for my index. And I want to return my asset database dot scriptable objects dot of type round SO I want to get the one where my index is equal to index. But if my round SO is equal to null, then I want to do my round SO is equal to my asset database dot scriptable objects of type round SO, first or default, and we want to do it where my asset database dot scriptable objects dot maximum of the index. Sorry, I need to do this as a scriptable objects dot of type round SO index. Sorry, and now it's a first or default t where my t dot index, and I want to get the maximum of this one, right? And I want to get like a where my index is greater than index. I want to get the minimum value of that t. And I want to set that equal to my index. And then we're going to return my new create object of type. And then we can just do this create object of it here. So when we create this, we're going to do a round of my game dot index, current round index. And then we want to do a game.add round. Go to next round of my round. So let's create those. Over here, I'm going to, in my scriptable objects, create a new scriptable object called a round. And we'll call this round 1. And we'll just add in like a few rounds here. Round 2. Round 3. Round 4. Round 5. Round 6, round 7, and our last one. And I'm doing these manually because I want new GUIDs assigned, and I don't really want to do the set dirty trick. Round 8. Looks like it didn't even give me IDs, right? What's up with that? Okay, so what I can do is set my ID equals GUID.newGUID. We'll get rid of this in just a second. And then actually I can do this in my global manager. For each item in my asset database.scriptable objects, item.id is equal to GUID.newGUID.toString. And then we want to do a set objects definitions dirty. It didn't set the rounds as dirty because they weren't in here yet. Now they've all got goods. And we can save them. And then we can get rid of this and comment this back out. So in my round 1, you're going to get 2 coins. And you need to make 5 lines, and your board size will be 6 by 6. Your color chances will be only green, which will give you a % chance of 0.7 with a modifier of 0.075, and what was the order of the colors that I came up with for the gems? Green is the first one. Blue is the second one. And that's it. So just these 2. And the gem chances will be we want it to be, well, we got to figure out how we want these to go. We'll do the amber as the lowest one. And we can do the amethyst as the second one. So now when I run this, I should get round 1. And I did. And now that that's done, we're going to init the board, I think, now. So when I look here, the first step is in this UI thing when we init the board script, right? Here. Draw a container script init. When I look at that down here, this is where we're instantiating my prefabs of the pieces. So on the piece, I want to have a game SO on here. And now, when we're creating these things, we want to set the game here. That's for the block script. So for each one of the blocks here, you're adding in a random, but that's not right. We want to add in here a public virtual void set game SO. And then we want to do this and I want to say that this is a we're going to have one here which is a get block SO and create instance. And all you want here is the block color. And you're just going to return that. Why does it want this O? Block SO. Okay. And now what I want to do is I want to look at my current round. And in this, I want to go through my var random random. Let me think about how you want to do this, because you want each one of them to be weighed. Random chance is going to be a Unity engine dot random dot range from 0 to my 1F. Now I want to say if my we're going to do a for each game. I want to get my round SO. So for each one of my game, come on, dot round dot color chances. I want to get this random range. And we want to do an order by percent chance. So over here, We're going to add all 6 colors into here. Green, blue, purple, red, orange, yellow. So my chance for getting green will be 0.7. Let's just say 1. And my chance for getting blue will be 0.3. And everything else will be 0. So what I want to do is I want to get my color chances. We want to get the first one where my percent chance. We're going to first get my random modifier equals Unity engine. We'll just do a random.range of my current game.current round.color chances. Okay, let's get our random modifier now. It's going to be this color chance. And you want to go from your color chance dot percent modifier times a -1 to my color chance dot percent chance modifier. And if my and we want to do an order by from the lowest to the highest of the percent chance modifier. If my random is less than my color chance dot percent chance plus my random modifier, this color has been selected. Now I want to add a blocks.add a scriptable object factory of my get block SO of the color chance dot block color. And then we're going to go ahead and break out of this. So that's going to get set here. And this one's going to get called from here. Like that. And that gets called from here. And we want to pass in the game. And this gets called from here. And I think we're good to go. So now when I run this, one thing I forgot to do is when we instantiate the board, here. I want this to have a round SO. We'll just say it's a game SO. And then we could say your board size X is equal to your game dot current round dot board size dot X, and board size Y equals game dot current round dot board size dot Y. And now we can move these down here and put these as a protected. Board size X, 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 and X. Board size Y, 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 and Y. Looks good. Back in the game. So I got just a couple of errors here. Game camera script. We're going to pass in here my game SO called game. Looks good. That should probably work. A couple more here. This one wants my game SO now. Same with this one. Okay, we'll give it a run. And now you can see that we're getting most of a chance of all green. At some point, it should give me a 35 chance of a blue one, unless I'm going the wrong direction with my if I was to do this round again and change, we want to go from the lowest to the highest. This is going to be called create blocks. It's this. It's percent chance, not percent chance modifier. There we go. Now we get some blues sometimes. Okay. So we can do the same thing for round 2. And this time we can increase the color chances here to be green, blue, and then we have purple, red, orange, and yellow. So green will always be 100%. Blue this time will be 40%. Purple will be 25%. And if I just wanted to fool the system for a minute, now we can see we're getting some purples in there as well. And blues. Let's drop this to be 0.05. Okay. Now the gem chance you could either do like one concrete chance of a gem. Let's do that. The gem chance is 15% for amber and 18% for amethyst. And so now we're going to do that over here. And here you're setting this on a block SO, a gem. So we can get rid of that. And now what I want to do is I want to get a random.range here for a var chance gem. And I also want to have the same thing for the modifier. So now for each one of my chance gems in my game dot round current dot chance gems, we want to do a order by my percent chance. Now I want to get my random modifier, if fire equals your random dot range from a chance gem dot percent chance modifier times -1 to my chance gems dot percent chance modifier. And now I want to say if my chance gems, which we're going to rename that to be chance and chance gem, dot percent chance is less than plus my random modifier is less than my chance gem dot percent chance. Then you want to say gem selected here. And we want to create an instance of this gem and set it. And then we're going to do a break out. So now we need to do this again. Get gem so and create instance. And this is going to be a gem type. And then we can create this gem of type gem type. And now we can run it again. Something failed. Let me just copy this and go back a little bit. There it is. You forgot to do this blocks a knit thing. Hey there, Warded Panda. How are you doing? Thank you for that follow. Appreciate it. If you have any questions on what I'm working on, please don't hesitate to put them into the chat. Okay, it looks like the gem chance is way too high. Oh. That's why. Chance. Try it again. Now it's every single time. If the percent chance is greater than 0 and that needs to be the same thing here. It's your chance is less than that, I think. Second. Yeah, I think it's that. Let's try it again. And there we go. So we should only be getting ambers and amethysts, but we're getting other stuff too. Let's check this again. I'm going to change these things just to be zero and zero. So I mean, that worked. Let's try that. Now it's giving me a Is it creating a gem somewhere else? Somehow it's giving me a ruby. There's two, amethyst and an amber. My chance is 0.18. So that's a no. Right here. Okay, so here's our gem that's selected. It's supposed to be an amber, and we want this to be a create gem SO and create instance of a chance gem dot gem type. Now it'll work. Okay, and now it looks like things are working correctly. So when we place an object here, I want to add this lines to the round. So instead of doing this with the player, let's put this in the game. That was funny. And when I do this, my round is going to have a number of these line structs. And so down here, we're going to have a new public virtual void add line structs. And it's going to be a line struct array. And all you're going to do here is line structs.add line structs. You want to do a for each one of these. As an item. Now we could add an event in here which is called a round end event. But it might just be easier to do a public int number rounds remaining. And this is going to be equal to your number lines remaining. And this is going to be your line number lines to progress minus my line structs dot count. And now you're also going to do, I don't have the player in here, so that's okay. And this was originally on player. Like that. And then here you want to do player.add lines, lines. Like that. We'll leave that for now. So here, I can say if my game.round current dot number lines remaining is less than or equal to 0, then we're going to do a debug.log go to next round. Otherwise, you're going to just do this stuff here. So up on my UI script, I just want to have one quick text box which says number lines remaining. And here you could do a number lines remaining dot text equals lines remaining, and then we can do the game dot current round dot number lines remaining. So up here in Unity, I'm going to change out coins to be called lines. And now I'm going to start it. So when we start the game, we'll just put this stuff here. Let's see if this works. 3 remaining. 2 remaining. One remaining. Go to next round. Perfect. Okay, so let me add this in here. Beginning to add in rounds. We'll stage that and push everything out to my get. All right. Well, we made a lot of progress today. I'm trying to think about the way that the colors are currently working. I might want to have them randomized with each game so that they get assigned to those values, right? But that the colors themselves, I have to think about it a little bit, but that could make it a little bit more interesting. Thanks again for staying with me. I'll be back maybe either in a couple hours today or if not, in the morning tomorrow. So if you have any questions, make sure you check us out our Discord, discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com. I put all these videos up at youtube.pixelhorrorstudios.com, and I'll see you guys a bit later. Have a good one. Bye.